Hello, everyone, and welcome to Reelin' with Rachel. Go ahead and subscribe now. Press the red button, do the little bell thing so that you keep seeing these videos on a daily basis. So today, I'm going to tell y'all how I approach history. I never liked history growing up. It wasn't until I was an adult and I realized, oh, there are people writing about history, and they list more than just the dates and names on a timeline. They make it a lot more interesting. Oh, and that's when I finally started getting interested in history. When I started finding historical fiction books, when I started watching YouTube history things online, and that's when I finally started to enjoy history. And history is so valuable, I swear to God. Better than math, even. Because if you know history, you have a better worldview on why things are the way they are now, right? Like, history isn't separate from who we are. History is who we are. Like, everybody had to do that, and now you're here and you're a part of it too. You're a part of this huge human story. And so how do you take that huge idea, break it down to little ideas, and then take your kids along with you so that they understand it too? I'll tell you my secret. I love these choose your own adventure books. We have a whole section of choose your own adventure books at our library. We're very blessed. Maybe your library has one too. I highly recommend you go check it out because they are the best way to. My son's made a fort all day, so I'm gonna have a seat. They are the best way. Oh, no. He didn't want me on his fort. They're the best way to learn history. Like, I was like, okay, it's Halloween and we are going full-fledged learning the history about like who are the first people to celebrate Halloween, but not Halloween? With Samhain or whatever his name was?
Yeah.
What are they called?
My feet's asleep. My foot's asleep.
There you go. What were the people called?
So.
Yeah, the Celts. Okay, so we read a book and that wasn't that exciting, but like they learned a lot from just the kids' book. And so we're learning about the history of Halloween and celebrating it in that way. And so I was like, how do we do witches? And so I wanted to do the Salem witch trials, and I was like, oh, I read the Crucible like in high school, and that was so dry and dull. I don't remember anything other than that people were trialed. And so I was like, how do I explain that to a 10 and a 9-year-old? And it's through this choose your own adventure book where we had 3 options. We could either be an accused witch, we could accuse someone of being a witch, or our mom could be an accused witch. And so we went, and it engages them in such a way that they get invested. They're like, no, we don't want our mom to die. And so they actually walked through this path that a lot of people had to do. And so they learned this whole idea, this whole story through this choose your own adventure book. It is such an engaging way to experience history kind of firsthand, like as close to firsthand as you can while reading, but that's the power of reading. And another thing I love about these books is that we were able to, like, if we didn't like the way we turned out, we just went back and like we did every single avenue we could in the book, and we learned every aspect of it that the book had to offer, and it was really, really comprehensive. You know, like it had a lot to think about, and it had a lot of different points of view, and it's only $5 paperback on Amazon. I'll link it down below. Like, these are so cool. It does have like the Kindle Unlimited version if you have that service, but like I think that would be really frustrating flipping back and forth that way. Like, maybe it wasn't. I didn't experience that, but you know, like there was a lot of flipping back and forth going to these pages, and it was easy to do because like there are literally pages in my hand. So if there is a history project or a history phenomenon or history whatever that you either want to introduce with, like I didn't talk about witches. They know witches like with the thing I kind of got going on, the warts and the witch, like the cauldrons and stuff. But I didn't introduce them to this concept at all before, and now they have a full blown understanding of what happened, kind of the era it did, and they knew about that. Okay. And so you can either start it with this kind of thing, like this is the way that you introduce the concept, or we also did another choose your own adventure for Greek mythology. Now this was fiction, obviously, but we were able to, you know, choose which Greek myth person we wanted to be, which Greek god, or like all these things, and we got to choose these different options. That's how we learned a lot about Greek mythology, and that was kind of later in our unit study. And honestly, that was the most like powerful thing we did. Like just these choose your own adventure books. We didn't do some project, we didn't do anything, but they now have a full understanding of what actually happened in America because of people's fear and people's superstitions and just all the drama that went with she is a witch. I don't like her kind of deal. And so it was so cool. So if you are trying to tackle a heavier, because it's kind of heavy, a heavier historical matter, find a choose your own adventure book. Like I said, and my library is so blessed has a whole section of choose your own adventure where they're historical fictions and they walk you through everything. So there's like a World War II, there's all these, the Great Depression, the Dust Bowl, all these things. I think these books are great for homeschoolers. That's what we do, and that's why I chose to do that. But also, it could be great for anybody that's just wanting that extra, like you're studying this in history, that's an extra dive down deep into it that is only helpful and super entertaining. Like that was super entertaining. Like I was like, how am I gonna get my boys to be engaged in this? And it was so easy to do with these books. So thank you so much for staying with me. Fist bump, we got this. I'll see you on the flip side. Bye.